Good morning, everyone. Today we'll go with this quantitative aptitude part. Let us understand what will be there in the case of quantitative aptitude. Let's take what are the topics we have in the case of quantitative aptitude: percentages, profit and loss, simple interest and compound interest, ratios, ages, partnerships. Look at most of the topics are nothing but what you learn from your school studies, like percentages from the school studies itself, profit and loss, simple interest and compound interest, clear ratios, ages, partnerships. Most of the things we know from the school studies itself, but there the same things we are calling like a mathematics. Now the same thing here we are calling like an aptitude. What is the difference? Like I said, uh, the same thing whatever you done from the school studies, like percentages, profit and loss, simple interest and compound interest, all these things, as I said, we know from the school studies itself, clear. And in the plus 2 we'll get some topics like mensuration, probability, all these things, clear. Engineering should also will get M1, M2, M3. Throughout the cases we'll get some mathematics part, but the same mathematics part here we are calling like an aptitude. Let's check what is the difference between the two cases. Look at, for example, if I take a question in mathematics, for example, if you take a profit and loss, if I ask you what is the percentage of profit, percentage of loss, otherwise if I ask you what is a simple interest, like that. For any question, generally there will be some approach will be there. So step by step we write it, there will be formula. For example, if I ask you what is a simple interest, basically simple interest is nothing but formula SI is equal to PTR by 100. If you know P value, T value, R value, by substituting that we'll get the simple interest. But here what you do in the case of aptitude, that is nothing but what you do from the school studies, step by step we'll write all the values, we'll substitute here. But the same simple interest we'll do in the case of aptitude without taking any formula. That is nothing but here we'll take a percentage analysis, clear. Like that, whatever the topics you done from the school studies, here we'll take some analytical approach, some logical approach. Basically that is nothing but what you call an aptitude. So first of all, to understand that, we have to understand 2 points here. What is a known factor, unknown factor in the question? Any mathematical question, if I take it, definitely there will be two factors in that here: known factor and unknown factor. So depend upon the question, whatever they will ask you, you have to find out what is the unknown factor in that question, and they'll give some known factors for you. So this is the simply mathematics. Any question, if you take it, there will be a known factor, unknown factor. Depend upon the known factor, by using theory or by using formula, anything we can find out that unknown factor. But how you find out that, that is nothing but different type of mathematics. By using a theory, by using application, by using a formula, like that different approaches are there to find out that. The same mathematics what you done there, here we'll do with some logical and analytical approach. That is nothing but what we call an aptitude here. So that means simply if you take a question, first of all you have to understand what is a known fact in the question, unknown fact in the question. If you understand what is a known factor and unknown factor, so that is nothing but analysis. So if you take that, so the 50% analysis will be over. The other 50% is nothing but calculation. But as I said, in the school studies, what you done mathematics, we'll write one by one all the steps, we'll substitute the formula. But here we don't do that much here. Simply by looking at the question, by reading the question carefully, we have to understand what is a known fact in the question, what is an unknown fact in the question, what is exactly given, what we have to find out. If you done that, the 50% analysis is over. The other 50% is nothing but calculation part. So if you take any aptitude problem, the 50% is analysis, the other 50% is calculation. So the calculation, how much fast you do it, that requires cleaner, that how much you make the question fast. And analysis, so understanding the question also is very important. What is a known fact in the question, what is the unknown fact in the question? If you understand that, so almost that part is over. Is it clear? Now let's check first of all what we are going to learn here in the case of aptitude. We are going to learn this quantitative aptitude in 4 parts here. The first one is speed max. As I said, the 50% is calculation, the other 50% is analysis. Na? So the 50% calculation part, how to take that calculations a bit fast, we'll do it here. That means addition, subtractions, multiplication, division, squares, square roots. For all these things, we'll take some techniques here. That is nothing but what you call it as a speed max here. And the next one, number system, simplifications, number series, LCM, HCF, all these things will take in the part of number system. And the next one, arithmetic. So I said the school mathematics, what you learn, percentages, profit and loss. I'll explain. I'll come back to that point, arithmetic. And finally, data interpretation. That what you get, bar diagrams, line diagrams, clear, pie charts, all these things what you get in the case of data interpretation. And very important here, speed max is nothing but, I said, how to take the calculation part. That's very important. And one more important point here, what you take is nothing but arithmetic here. And what we are going to learn arithmetic here. So simply mainly two analysis here. One is percentage analysis and second one is ratio analysis. So what is this percentage analysis? If you are well thorough with the percentages, so the same analysis will implement for profit and loss and same analysis will implement for simple interest and compound interest. Basically, there will be formula for profit and loss and simple interest and compound interest, but we don't use any formula here. Directly we'll take percentage analysis. So whatever the percentage analysis we'll do it here, that we same thing will implement for profit and loss and simple interest and compound interest. And the next analysis what you get here is nothing but averages and ratios. If you understand ratios and averages, so we can take easily questions on that. Problems on ages, mixes and allegations. A lot of questions whatever you get it with respect to the averages will take with respect to the ratio and average analysis. And the next part, what is the next analysis we take it is time and work and time and distance. Here LCM method and speed distance formulas will get it here. So time and work means we'll get problems with respect to time, men, work, how they are working, and pipes and cistern. Clear? And in the case of time and distance, problems on trains, boats and streams, and time, speed, distance related question. That is average speed related speed questions. And next part. This is what you learn somewhat mathematics from your school studies. That is +2 mathematics mostly. Mensuration, permutation, combinations, and probability. So what you get? The next part here. And finally, it's more important in the case of SSC. Yeah, those who are preparing for SSC, algebra, geometry, trigonometry. In general, we'll call that one as a pure max. So simply, this is what we have in the case of arithmetic. And I said totally we are going to learn in the 4 parts now. What is that 4 parts I said? Speed max, number system, and arithmetic. Right now, what I have discussed, and finally, data interpretation. And coming to the point of this data interpretation, right now, whatever the banking exams you are writing, we know it's the prelims and mains. In all the mains exams, whatever you take it, IBPS or SBI, it's completely data interpretation will be there. So that too, now the data interpretation we are getting with respect to some arithmetic related questions. So, and when you are taking the data interpretation, we'll take that part also. Clear? So totally that's with what we are going to learn here in the case of quantitative aptitude. Here.